Unless they watch it all, then probably they'll get to it. But si no, no.
True. People don't really watch all my videos because I'm boring. True. So if you guys are interested.
Ay, Dios. Hey, lip gloss.
To look cute.
You're not gonna be able to tell.
At least my lips don't look crusty. Okay, hey everyone. Okay, ahora sí, otra vez, dilo otra vez, ya, bien chelo. Otra vez.
Acción.
Okay. Why did you do it? You said, acción.
¿Estás lista?
Pues estoy lista.
Estoy viendo qué vas a decir, ándale.
Pues amor, tienes que ver la cámara.
Acción otra vez, ya.
Ok, pues ve la cámara.
Que la chingue. Corté.
Corté otra vez. Discúlpenos.
Acción.
Okay, acción. Welcome back. Today, I have my wonderful, beautiful, handsome, loving, gorgeous husband with me. Babe, say hi.
Hi. This is weird. How do people do this?
I don't know, but just suck it up. Chug your beer a little more.
I'm trying my best.
I want to just make a video so you guys get to know us a little bit more, and here it goes. Guys, we just put the girls, well, we put the girls to bed at 8:20ish. That's what we're in our PJs and all comfortable. We usually like to hang out once we put the kids to sleep. Okay. Oh, we were just playing video games because we love playing video games and drinking beer. But okay.
Okay.
Met my husband back in August of 2009. So I was friends with his cousin back in high school. We were really good friends, and one night his cousin, well, Mario texted, well, his name is Mario, you guys. I'll put him on blast. And he texted me and he was like trying to get us to like hook up, right? I remember I was in Redwood City that day, breaking up with my ex-boyfriend.
I was drunk, so I really was drunk.
Sure.
Mario was the one texting. Well, he asked me if I wanted to talk to you. Well, if I wanted, well, yeah, if I wanted to meet somebody.
He's like, I got this high enough for you.
But by the time he texted you, I was already drunk. So,
so estabas borracho.
Borracho.
But anyways, so yeah, so then after that, I was like texting his cousin, and his cousin was like, oh, I have this primo, and he wants to meet up with you. And he's like, oh, he kept asking, like, send photos. And I did, right? I did send a photo that night. Do you remember?
I think
or did I send it to you once we started talking?
I saw it. No, actually, no photos. Because
no
you were
photos.
with your boyfriend at the time.
Yeah, because I still had a boyfriend at the time. But it was funny because that exact day that his cousin was texting me, I was literally breaking up with my ex-boyfriend, which was hella funny. But anyways, so that happened, right? And I remember I was kind of texting Mario, but then we kind of stopped texting that night, right? And then the next day I texted Mario, but it was actually my husband's cell phone number.
Yeah.
So I texted Mario thinking that it was his phone, and I was like, hey dude, what's up? Because I remember he had chorro when he was texting me, he was telling me he had chorro. And I remember I texted him and I was like, how's the chorro going?
Yeah, and I got the message.
And then he got the message and he's like, this is not Mario, just letting you know. This is not his phone. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And then I was like, so what's up? So who is you? And then what'd you say, babe? Me llamo Roberto. Roberto. How we started talking, you guys. I was actually the first one to come to you, kind of, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because I was like, oh, so who are? Or I was like, so what's up? What's your name? And you know, he was telling me that he was Mario's cousin. So I thought that was like, okay. And then we just started talking. We started every single day we would talk and text. And then I remember we used to spend hours on the phone, you guys. I don't even know what we used to talk about, but we used to be on the phone for hours. Those were the good old days. So thanks to his cousin, we met. And then we officially saw each other because we talked all of August, all of September, all of October, and we ended up meeting like face to face on Halloween night of 2009. And that was our first date. He took me and my sisters out trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
And I remember that, what's it called? We went to Little Caesars that day. He bought pizza for me and my sisters. Me andaba ya queriendo, ya me estaba agasando. ¿Amor? Sí, amor. Me querías violar. ¿O no dijiste cuántos años tenías tú en ese tiempo?
Wait, I was 17.
Oh no, yeah, you weren't a pet. No, that is a pedo.
No, I wasn't 18 at the
Oh,
time.
true. Okay, yeah. Never mind, you're not a pedo,
I was
babe.
17. No, I had just turned 18.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was already October 31st.
Yeah.
So I was 16 and you were 18.
Yeah, but when we started talking, I was 17, so it doesn't count.
Okay.
Not a pedo.
Okay. But he met my mom, you met my brother that night. And yeah, you kind of, I don't know.
Everybody.
Honestly, you guys, it was so weird because I think because since we talked for so many months, I felt like I knew you. Like the day that we met, I just felt like I knew you. And I remember when he got out of his truck, his white truck, I opened my what was it, the spring door from the house? Mira el amor de mi vida, así como un angelito, así como esas películas, así que... Oh. Okay, what happened after that? So...
We almost had sex in your house.
Oh my god, babe! Oh.
¿Quieres que esté en tus videos?
No, ya no quiero porque hablas de más, no manches. But anyways, so you guys, I just want to put that out there. We are very out there. So if it bothers you in any way, shape, or form, I apologize. But honestly, that's just how we are. Even with our friends, with our family, this is the way we are, you guys. We're very outspoken people. After our Halloween date, you asked me out on November. He went to my house and asked me to be his girlfriend. No, yeah, you said you. And I was like, Simone ese.
Say that.
Started dating. When we officially started dating, we would see each other every single day. We hung out like every single day. We hit it off pretty good. He would pick me up from school sometimes and take me to school to Chabot.
Oh yeah, that one.
Cause I had to take, what's it called? I had to take extra credits or whatever, so I had to go to a community college and you used to take me, remember? But yeah, we got really close, like, right away. I think we bickered a little bit more than when we were younger, right? I feel like we fought more. But it was always very stupid reasons. I honestly can't remember them. A month after we started dating, you guys, I did...
somewhere in 09, like that.
It was December, I remember.
Yeah, it must have been November or December you got pregnant.
Yeah, November and December of 2009, I got pregnant. And sadly, we miscarried that year. I was about a month old, I think it was, or 2 months.
Like 2 months.
Like 2 months pregnant. I felt more attached to you after we lost the baby. But yeah, you guys, I was like 2 months pregnant, and my mom ended up finding out the day of, because I started bleeding, so I had to tell her the whole story. And I remember we went to the emergency room, and I'll never forget that day. It was really sad. So that was something very big in our relationship. So like that happened so soon, you know. Because I mean, we got pregnant and we lost a baby. And then after that, I remember that you would always sleep over. Then my mom gave him kind of permission to sleep over the house all the time.
Yeah.
Or whenever you wanted, huh? So he would come and stay with me. That was a very hard moment in our relationship. You know, nos recuperamos a little bit from that very difficult time. And in 2011, so almost a year later, I got pregnant again. And this time, thank God, everything happened really good. And we had Nayeli, which is our oldest daughter.
We moved in.
And we finally moved in together. We moved in together in 2011.
Yeah, damn.
In the end of 2011. Yeah, because I was about to give birth. And you waited till like 2 weeks before we had Jelly. But that was another very difficult time, I think, of our relationship as well. Right, baby? Moving in. No, getting pregnant, because now I got pregnant and I had to tell my mom again that I was pregnant. And she got she was pretty upset. I would say, like, kind of forced me to leave the house. And, you know, she just wanted Robert to be responsible and not leave me with the baby. But in my heart, I knew he wasn't that type of person. I honestly thought, I knew that you weren't gonna leave us, you know? But my mom always had that fear, like, me iba a quedar sola. But yes, in 2011, we had our first daughter, and then we started to have a lot of problems. I think that's when it all went like. It went super downhill. It was like so good, so good. Miscarriage was, obviously it was a hard time. It was a difficult time, and then things seemed to get a little better, and we got pregnant, and that was nice. And then it went down once my daughter was born. Because I felt like, first of all, we were super young. We were teenagers. I had just graduated high school, and it was difficult trying to understand each other. Because we were both kids. We were both very hard-headed. We wanted shit to be our way, and no one wanted to bow down to the other one, basically.
Yeah.
Was it the best time of your life?
Couldn't be better.
I hate you, babe. We almost killed each other.
You're a psycho.
I was a psycho, you guys. I was very aggressive, like very aggressive. I had anger issues. Yeah, we're kids raising a kid, so I think that was just super difficult, And we unfortunately ended up breaking up probably like 4 months. Actually, it was like 4 months, right?
Yeah, like 3 months.
Like in 2012, yeah, like 4 months after my oldest daughter was born, we ended up breaking up. Parted ways for like 3 months or so.
3 months.
I ended up moving out, and I was kind of just renting a room and living with my daughter. And then that was a hard time for me too, because it was very hard trying to raise my daughter by myself, and I didn't have you. And I was literally, I remember I slept in the car, you guys, with my daughter with Jelly once. Well, like 2 nights. We slept in the car, and I remember it was like this time, it was like this weather because it was December, and it was raining, and I had nowhere to go. Well, I did, because I remember you told me, like, come home if you ever needed, like, you always left the door open, like, if I needed a place to live. But my pride was so big that I was like, I'm not gonna ask him for help. I could do it all by myself, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, babe. And it's kind of sad. Sometimes I look back, I know, sometimes I look back and I'm like, fuck, I wish I wasn't that hard-headed, because then, I went through shit like that I probably shouldn't have even put Jelly through something like that, Sleeping in our car by ourselves. After that whole breakup, you guys.
It was a family trip with my family. Mm-hmm. You decided to come along. I don't know why. We weren't together.
I invited my motherfucking self. I was like, so can I go? Because they were going to, like, him and his family were going to the snow. And then go ahead, babe.
Just cousins, man. That day, I was with you.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
My cousin called me if I wanted to go, and I said yes. And then she decided she wanted to come along. And yeah.
And then what'd you say? You said yeah.
I was like, well, yeah.
And that was like a 4-hour drive, right?
Sure. We were broken up. It was kind of weird.
It was weird because it was a 4-hour ride, you guys, by ourselves. We were fighting, and we had Jelly like in the back seat. Honestly, I hardly saw you.
Only because sexy in there. But other than that, we didn't see each other.
I wouldn't talk about our relationship or nothing. It was just kind of like, hey, I'm horny. Can you come through real quick? I'd be like, alright, I'm coming. Ahí voy a mi pinche Hondita Civic. So sí.
Ya vete para tu casa.
I'd be like, bye. I don't need you no more. Other than that, yeah, we didn't see each other. Because usually I would like text him like, hey, I'm gonna go get Jelly. And you would leave and leave Nayeli with your mom, and I would pick her up from your mom. But we always tried to avoid seeing each other.
We moved in like within that same week.
Yeah, we did. We're like, alright, if we're gonna do this, we gotta move in together again. We ended up moving to my mom's house.
For about 2 months.
For about 2 months. And then after that, we decided that we wanted to start fresh in a new city and leave the bullshit behind, because there was just too many bad memories where we were living in our old town. So we're like, you know what? We just want to like start good. So we ended up moving to San Jose.
Yeah, we moved again, and then
yeah, from Hayward we moved to San Jose.
That same year, you got pregnant and we got married.
Yeah, that same year we decided to get together. We decided to get married, and we didn't even know it, but we had I was already pregnant, which was nice. That was really fun. Once we got back together, honestly, I think even till now it has been really good. Even though we've had really lows too within these years. I mean, from being married, I think that no se compara though, like 2012 times. Because 2012, honestly, I think was the worst year of my life. Because I lost you and my family, and it was terrible. And then we were both wilding out. We both started partying a lot. After that, you guys, we moved to San Jose, and
there till up to 2018.
Hicimos vida there for like hella years.
5 years?
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
And honestly, it's been great. I loved when we moved out there. It was so nice. It was a fresh start. I had visited San Jose, but I had never like lived there. So it was nice. At first it was a little weird because obviously you don't know where anything is and you kind of have to acostumbrarte to a whole new, you know, city. But once I got used to it, I really, really liked it. And you couldn't get me out of there. I was like in love with San Jose.
Yeah.
Now we've been living in Modesto for a year, and it has been nice living here too. But yeah, you guys, that's kind of a little bit of a background story of how we met and little stories of our marriage. Marriage is not easy. It's very difficult, but if it's with the right person, it's fucking worth it, you guys. You know? Like, I don't know, every time I look back at least to our struggles and everything we've been through, I'm just so thankful that we were able to like go through all those things together and overcome everything. I think leaving everything in God's hands, but obviously also doing like your part in it, you know? You can't just pray about it and not, you know, do anything about it. You have to also do your part, and, you know, and communication is very important in a marriage too.
That's it. That's us.
That's us. The end.
The end.
Fin.
Fin.
Tachero.
Colorín colorado.
Esta historia se ha acabado.
Corte. Action.
Okay, you think this would be a good angle?
Oh no, we'll see.
Okay.
Take
one.
Yo digo, hola amigos y amigas, ¿cómo están todos? Espero que hayan pasado un buen lindo día de dar gracias.
Okay, qué bonito, muy bonito, amor, muy bonito.
Did you like it or no?
It's in our YouTube friends. That's all the friends we have.
¿Qué les digo?
I don't know, say a funny story about me, go.
Well, one day I was in the shower.
Wait,
And then my wife was laying down, covered in las blankets. And I decided to lay, of course, next to her. Levanté los blankets, and she had farted. So when I opened,
that dude was hilarious.
Like shit. I ended up waiting till the smell got out.
Me cagué.
And then yeah, I laid. But it was weird. It was nasty.
Dude, that dude was hella funny because he literally, I didn't say anything. I was like, maybe es un pedito like de esos que no hizo ruido. So I was like, no va a oler feo. But as soon as my husband like came, and I was like, fuck, should I say anything? I was like, nah, I'm not gonna say nothing. And as soon as you went like this, whoosh, y levantaste la cobija de su
like, what the?
And I was just sitting there like, damn, I got caught. What are we talking about?
No sé, ¿tú?
Amor.
Ask me something.
Ayer no manches, ayer tenías tu notita, tu pinche pen, and you're like, vamos a hacer brainstorm ahorita. Mira amor, esta va a ser una idea bien chila. Y hoy te pones todo, te da pena, no manches pues.